Hey, let's go ahead and get started with a reading for everyone. And as you can see, I am always in a at a new destination. So bear with me, guys. So work through your fears. Confidence is your key to success. Okay. And we got one more. Don't let pride get in your way. Funny enough, we have two Leo cards out and we also have Scorpio. We do have the Scorpio full moon tomorrow. Okay. So this really is about working through your fears. What is it that you were manifesting about 6 months ago? Okay, so those things can be now coming to fruition at this full moon. I know that Scorpio full moons have a lot to do with like that deep inner emotional wounds, but also it has to do with other people's money. It has to do with investments, taxes, intimacy, penetration, tattoos, piercings. Uh, Sex, okay? But it is saying expect powerful changes as the overall energy. So, whatever it is that you were manifesting at the new moon, you are now going to be seeing a lot of it coming to the forefront for you. But it's saying, like, you had to work through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of fear, a lot of ego. And I say ego because we do have the two Leo cards here, okay? Leo does rule the ego. Now, with that said, confidence is your key to success, and don't let pride get in your way. Don't let fear, don't let pride, don't let anything get in the way. Don't let those deep, dark fears tell you that you're not good enough, smart enough, or enough in general, okay? Or that you can't, okay? That seems to be like par for the course. We always tell ourselves, oh, I can't do that. Yes, the fuck you can, okay? Yes, the fuck you can. All right. So this can be about all different types of things. This is all about working through your excuse me. Some of you guys having some allergy issues, okay? I don't have allergies, so that didn't start until I started this reading. Also, it's about communication too. So maybe it is you need to talk to somebody about what it is that you're feeling. Okay. So we do have that new moon eclipse. It's not just a new moon, it's a new moon eclipse. And eclipses are very, very powerful when it comes to change. And we just had those two eclipses. So we're coming off of those right now, which they can be very, very potent for the first, 6 months after an eclipse comes through. So working through your fears, trying to find your happy place, trying to find what it is that makes you happy, and listen, maybe there's certain things in your life that, just don't make you happy anymore. And, we have a tough time, you know, um, disconnecting ourselves from those things because of oh, what are other people going to think? Or, what would I do next? What would I do without all these things? Well, you might be a lot fucking happier without some of those things. Confidence is your key to success. You do have some type of message coming in that's going to help you with your confidence. Maybe people are actually starting to see you for who you are. I see these Leo cards as Leo represents celebrities. So maybe for some of you, you're like celebrity status. Okay. And you're getting messages from people that are actually really going to make you happy. Like, they're telling you how they feel about you. They're giving you the accolades that you deserve. I'm definitely getting that here. And maybe that's to help you with yourself. Maybe for some of you, you've been or self-conscious, excuse me, self-conscious. I look at the lions here and I see the cowardly lion off of the Wizard of Oz. And it's like, oh, he's too afraid and he doesn't have the courage and he doesn't have the strength. But deep down inside, yes, he fucking does. He does have the courage. He does have the strength. All he needs is to continue to persevere on his journey, and he ends up finding that courage. So it says, don't let pride get in your way. Whatever is happening is fated right now. Okay. This is destiny. This is fate. And what do we have at the bottom of the deck? We've got by the book. So, you know, um, when I see the by the book, it's like you're trying to, I almost feel like the book just got demolished. When I look at the eclipses that is clarifying the by the book card, it's almost like that book has now been eclipsed out. For some of you, I do see you writing a book. Okay. So when we talk about the message in a bottle, maybe for some of you, it's time for you to sit down and write your book. Okay. And it's time for you to have that confidence to know that it's going to end up in the right people's hands. All right. Because other people want to hear about it. Or maybe for some of you, maybe it's not a book. Maybe it's a blog. Maybe it's a blog about your life and, what you're doing on your journey. And maybe other people want to hear about your journey. I do see a lot of that right now. where people are doing like video blogs and stuff. Instead of writing their story, they're blogging their story. So I see a lot of stars here. Okay. So stars are all about hopes, wishes, dreams coming true. We even have the starfish in this card as well. So, and the opposite to Leo is Aquarius. So maybe for some of you, you have Aquarius in your chart, or you're dealing with Aquarius, or you're just waiting for your hopes, wishes, and dreams to finally come true. And I do feel like that is happening. So again, some of you are like, oh, this is never going to work out, or, oh, this is, yes, it will. Yes, it will. I feel like for some of you too, I think that you're going to end up getting a message from somebody you haven't heard from in a long time. This could be a family member. This could be a friend. Maybe you hear something about a family member or a friend that you consider family is what I want to say. For others of you, this is about your children going off into the unknown, and there's major changes when it comes to your children. For some of you, maybe your kids are now becoming parents. For others of you, maybe your kids are, going off to college. For others of you, that your children could be going into the military. For others of you, everybody, your children are going to go backpacking in Europe. Everybody's going to have something different, but this is fated. This is for them to spread their wings and fly. And that goes the same for you. Maybe it's time for you to spread your wings and fly. I see her sitting here, and it almost looks to me, I don't know if you can see that because I can't really see into the screen of the computer with where I'm sitting, but hopefully you guys can see me. But it's almost like her wings are down. And then I look over here and I see her wings are now up and she's ready to fly. Her wings are down as she is working through her fears and trying to figure out what it is that's going to make her happy, what it is that's going to, fulfill her on her destiny. Okay. And there's a lot of fear because, anytime we start thinking about our next moves, then our ego gets involved and goes, well, what about this? Or what about that? Or, this could happen or that could happen. And especially if you're watching the fucking news every single goddamn day and you're seeing all the shit that they're constantly pulling, it's almost like you just got to drown all of that out. Obviously, keep your head on a swivel so you know what the fuck's going on so you don't walk yourself into a landmine. But at the end of the day, it's almost like, every time you turn on the fucking TV or every time you turn on social media, there's all this doom and gloom and bullshit that's just constantly being thrown into our fucking faces. And it's just to keep us small. It's just to keep us in a place of fear. And you know what? It does not serve a purpose for us at all. So, with that said, we got addicted to inner peace. Yeah, I just saw that on the ground. I'm not going to reach down and pick it up because it's way over there and I'll have to get out of my seat to do that. But you need to get addicted to your inner peace. That's what this is saying. So, you've been doing things by the book, and I think that it's time for you to start doing things the way you see fit, not the way society sees fit or the way your parents told you to do it. I think that that's part of like the holy shit factor when you get to be like, in your 30, like when your Saturn matures at 35 and you start realizing like everything you've ever been taught was a fucking lie. And now you have to like retrain yourself because you were living by this book that, who wrote the book? Who told you that those were the rules? It's almost like with society. It's like, who told you that you couldn't go there? Who told you you're not allowed to go into that body of water because there's a fence there? It's like there's all these different like, you know, fences and keep out signs, and I always want to say like checkmate. You know what I mean? Like, don't tell me what I can and cannot do. Who made you God? Who told you that this earth belonged to you and it's your earth and you get to make all the fucking rules in it? I don't live by that. I live by my own set of rules and I live by them faithfully. So I don't have all this fear and ego. I just go right into what it is that I'm supposed to. I wait for the universe to give me that next message of where I'm supposed to go. And if you haven't noticed with me, you guys see a new background on my channel all the fucking time. I might stay in the same background for a few weeks, maybe a month, and then I'm off to the races. You know why? Because the universe is shifting me around, and it's shifting a lot of the collective around. You go here, you go there. We are all refugees at this point in our lives, and all we have to do is put fear aside and go, okay, God, universe, spirit, higher self, whatever it is that you believe in, I trust and believe in you. And if this is what you want me to do, even though this might be scary and it's uncomfortable, I recognize that the changes that you are trying, that are requiring from me at this time have to do with the bigger picture. And even though I may not be able to see the bigger picture, I know that it is fated. I know that I am supposed to be on this journey. So, I mean, you're just going to have to trust in spirit and know that, everything is going to work out in divine right time and order. Spirit, what do we have for the collective when it comes to our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors? Yeah, for some of you, you do need to cut the cords. There are certain people and things in your life that just don't make you happy anymore. And maybe for some of you, it is fucking family. I know my family, they're not the source of my happiness. They're the source of a lot of my pain and sadness. And I just have to go, okay, if this is the way it needs to be, okay. And if it means that I need to cut the cords with a job, I will do that. If it means that I need to cut the cords with a fucking friend that is just fucking with me and doesn't make me feel good about myself, I'm willing to do that. I am willing to make those hard cuts. Are you? Okay. So it is saying cut the cords. Also, cutting the cords from that fear, false evidence appearing real. It's not fucking real. Let it go. So, what is this message that we are working on from Spirit? Spirit, what message is holy love? Like, we are here. We are here to protect you. I want to read that card. I want to read that card because I want them to be able to. Holy love talks about, it shows you are being surrounded by loving energy, and the cup of your heart will be filled until it overflows with goodies. So, like, at the end of the day, if you're willing to cut the cords, you're going to be filled with more love. I think that we hold on to things that don't make us happy because we're afraid that there might not be anything that fills that space. Trust me, I would have rather have a void there than have misery there. Okay. The angels who are with you now know that at times you can feel unloved and unappreciated, and this can block your experience of love and appreciation. The divine energy that is surrounding you at this time is there to help you melt away any blockages so that you can be open and receptive to the love and appreciation that you deserve. Your angel guide is encouraging you to view yourself in a loving way and to give yourself permission to be loved. If you have been holding back for a while but are now ready to share the love that you have within, this card brings the message that it is safe for you to do so. So, maybe for some of you, again, you have to cut the cords of the fear. You have to cut the cords of those negative self-talk. Cut the cords with the people that just make you feel unlovable. Just cut the cords. You're going to have to let it go for that self-love. Trust me, it's faded. We try to change people, or we try to talk them into loving us, and we try to tell them, like, I'm worthy of your love. It's like they should already know that. And if they don't, then they're not your person. They're not your people. Okay. So it's really important that, you give yourself the love that you deserve, regardless of how other people do it. Forgiveness and understanding. Look at that. We have forgiveness and understanding here, you guys. So forgive them, you know, and understand that there's a bigger picture, and then expect miracles. Look at this. The two cards as the overall energy: expect miracles and expect powerful changes. Expect it. Expect it. Expect to be treated with respect. Expect to be treated with love and kindness. Expect it. And if people don't give you that, forgive them, understand that it's about them, it's not about you, and move forward. But expect that there is going to be major, major changes that are happening in your life. And look at the wings behind her, and the wings behind uh, them. And then we have the wings here, and we have the wings here. And then it looks like she has wings behind her. For some of you, maybe you're flying. You're going to be flying. You're going to be traveling. I'm definitely getting some type of travel. Oh my God, look at that, you guys. Joy and contentment. Yeah, you're headed towards your joy and contentment. Don't let any negative self-talk or doubt or worry or other people or, their expectations or any of that stain what it is that you are doing right now. Because everything is the way it's supposed to be right now, even if you're having to walk away. And I know, with the Scorpio full moon, you're going to be walking away from, people, places, and things that that are superficial. We're not dealing with superficial anymore. Okay. I do feel like for a lot of you, you are moving. You're cutting the cords from the past. Maybe you're packing up your entire family and you're moving cross country, or you're moving, to another state or another city, or you're just moving. Everybody's like moving right now. We're all moving into different directions, but miracles can happen. We just had that Jupiter Uranus conjunction the other day on what was it, the 20th of April. And like, that is one of the most powerful conjunctions in our lifetime. Like, we're not going to see that for another 84 years. So this is where everything changes. This is where, we start taking back our power when it comes to planting the seeds for our own foods, right? We're growing our own garden. There's going to be a lot of education when it comes to, the foods that we eat, because look at, everything's processed and everything's poison. And I think people are going to start taking back, you know, their own power, and they're going to say, you know what, we'll take care of our own family. You guys take care of yourself. If you want the government to take care of you, you go right on ahead. But whenever the government gets their hands in shit, that's when everything goes awry. And that's when all this fear, they do all these experiments on humanity of like, how much can they make them afraid so that people will be like, oh, well, the government will take care of us. Oh, they'll grow our food for us. Yeah, stop doing that. How about this? And even then, you got to be really careful about this. Don't enter the center of a grocery store. Do not go into the center of a grocery store. If you go into a grocery store, you only go towards the meats. Make sure it's on a bone so you know that it's not some fake meat. And make sure that you look at the codes so that you know that the codes are not connected to Bill Gates farms. Okay. So that's how you can work with your own foods. But stop going into the center of the grocery store where the sodas are and the processed foods are, and that oatmeal, that's in a box and stuff. That's all processed foods. You don't need it. So it's like people taking back their power when it comes to food, people really looking at their finances and how they're spending their money, what they're investing in, because again, Jupiter and Uranus conjunct in Taurus. Taurus is rules assets, debts, stocks, bonds, hierarchies, banking institutions, all of those things. Okay. So it's really important that we start looking at our finances. I feel like for a lot of you, your finances are definitely going to be shifting. So if you have been in a place where your finances have been less than par, you're going to be flipping sides. And anybody who has been up is going to go down. Anybody who's down is going to go up. And everybody is going to reap the rewards of their karma. Okay. Karma is not always bad. We hear that word karma. And again, society likes to make that word so fucking terrible. And it's absolutely not. So, we have so many amazing changes, and there is an air of optimism in the air. And it's like, but then if you turn on social media, the first thing they want to put in, because again, it's social media, just like the media on the news, they need drama. So what do they have? They have bots putting, and then in the algorithm, they want to put like scary stuff at the top, and, all this shit to make you think that the whole world, it's almost like Chicken Little, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. And everybody's like, what? And he's like, the sky is falling. See what I mean? So I feel like we're going to episode of Chicken Little. Anyway, major messages coming through. And I feel like not only on just a personal level, I feel like it is also on a spiritual level. I feel like your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors are trying to tell you, like, we are proud of you. We are proud of you. Like, we are going to help you also. Like, stay confident, stay strong. We've got you. Even though it may feel sometimes like you're just doing all of this for nothing, you're not. I can promise you that. And if you are incarnated on this earth at this very moment, it's because you are supposed to be here. You are supposed to be here. You have a mission at this very time to be here. Did you hear that bird right when I said that? You have a mission at this very moment to be here. Don't let anything or anyone fool you. Spirit, what do we got? To become more fluid, add wine. To chill, try an ice cube. I'm not a big believer in drinking, especially for those of you who can't just have one. You have to have the whole bottle. You got to have a bottle every single day. So I will say, honestly, you guys, I'm not really into the whole drinking thing. Maybe I'll take those cards out of here because I don't want to see that. Especially for those of you, again, who have a problem with drinking. A wise woman once said, fuck this shit, and she lived happily ever after. Seriously. Seriously. She said, fuck this. And then she moved on and she said, I'm out of here. I don't even fucking care anymore. You guys can do your own shit, but I'm done. Ha! Zero fucks given. and you're cute as hell. That was so cute. Namaste, bitches. The divine in me honors the divine in you. And then bye bye, dumbass bullshit. Hello, Sea of Tranquility. Are you noticing a theme where it's like, getting up and moving or flying away? And now you got the suitcase here. Hello, Sea of Tranquility. And then what do we got? Science or silence your inner critic. Tell that little douchebag voice to pipe it down. So work through those fears. Tell that inner voice to go fuck itself. Thank you. I really appreciate you, ego, for trying to protect me. But I seriously got this. Okay. So at the end of the day, I really like this reading. I feel like it's a very powerful message. And I hope that you guys listen to this, a couple of times at least, and really tap into this energy. You guys, I love you all so much. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. I love you guys all so much. And I am so appreciative of all your support. Thank you to everyone who has donated to my channel. If you are interested, you can always buy me a cup of coffee or donate to my Venmo, and all my information's in the description box down below or on my main page. Love you guys. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram under the Footsteps to Peace and Peace Unhinged Tarot, and we will talk again soon. Take care.